most evil things animals do, starting with the dolphin. We all thought dolphins were the saints of the sea, right? These seemingly friendly and intelligent creatures are actually one of the most devious and freakiest marine animals out there.
Male dolphins form gangs called alliances, usually with 2 or more males. These alliances can last up to 20 years, creating a long-term brotherhood. Members in the team do several tasks together, like fighting rival dolphins and kidnapping female dolphins. The male dolphins will spot a female they like. The group would then go surround her, cutting off all escape routes so that she doesn't get away. They will forcefully take her away from her pod, and when the female tries resisting, the members of the alliances will hit her with their tails and bite her relentlessly until she complies. They would then take her away to an isolated area where she can't get any help, and each of the male dolphins will take turns on her until each of them are satisfied. This can go on for days or even weeks. The female is essentially held captive, and if she tries to escape, she would be attacked. The next evil thing dolphins do is infanticide. Male bottlenose dolphins have been observed unaliving baby dolphins that aren't theirs, and sometimes even unaliving their own offsprings by violently tossing them around and ramming them. But why? Well, they do this because once the calf is dead, the mother will go back into fertility, and the male dolphin will have a chance to mate with her again. Imagine your own father killing you so that he can do some illegal wrestling moves with your mom. And just when you thought this guy's couldn't get freakier, it gets worse. Male dolphins have also been observed practicing some freaky stuff on each other. What do I mean? Well, a male dolphin will pretend to be a female dolphin, while another male will go up to him and start humping him. They're essentially practicing what techniques to use on females. Well, I guess practice makes perfect. But guess what? Even you aren't safe. Although rare, there have been reports of dolphins trying to SA humans. Some dolphins have been known to approach swimmers and divers with clear sexual intent. There are documented cases of dolphins becoming horny around humans and trying to hump them, sometimes even dragging them underwater in the process. Some facilities that offer swim with dolphins experiences have had to establish strict protocols because of aggressive sexual behavior from their dolphins. And sometimes the dolphins also try to force themselves on their trainers. And if dolphins can't get any mate, they'll resort to their last option: gooning. Yes, you heard me right. These guys are intelligent enough that they discovered how to self-pleasure themselves. They use live eels as their toys. The dolphin would go look for an eel and catch it. He would then press his hot dog on the eel, and the eel, trying to get away, will create the sensation that the dolphin wants. And sometimes, if they can't get an eel or a dead fish head, they would just press their meat on soft surfaces. And these guys are one of the biggest jerks in the ocean, often targeting baby sharks, seals, pufferfishes, and especially porpoises. There are many documented cases of dolphins harassing porpoises, and some of these attacks even result in the porpoise's death. Several harbor porpoises have washed up on beaches with broken ribs, ruptured organs, and internal bleeding caused by dolphins ramming them at high speed. Scientists still don't fully understand why dolphins attack them. They don't compete for food, so the reason remains unclear. Some researchers believe dolphins may do it for practice while developing hunting skills, while others think it could be because harbor porpoises resemble baby dolphins. Next victim of the dolphin bullying is the pufferfish. Dolphins mainly bully them to get high. Here's how they do it. The dolphins will go surround a pufferfish, and they would play catch with it by tossing it around each other and even launching it out of the water. Each of them would also slightly bite it. The pufferfish, being afraid, would go in full panic mode and release a deadly toxin called tetrodotoxin, which is one of the deadliest poisons in the world. One pufferfish has enough to kill 30 adult humans. However, dolphins figured out how much doses they can handle from the pufferfish's poison. They have been filmed passing the pufferfish around each other and entering a euphoric state, drifting in the ocean and even laughing at their own reflections. Our next devious animal on the list is the orca, a relative to the dolphin, but not as freaky as them. Instead, these guys are the ocean's biggest bullies. Being at the top of the food chain means no one can do jack to them. Orcas love playing with their meals, and I mean it literally, especially seals. and the way they do it is very strategic and terrifying for the seal. First, they will go scout for a seal, and when they find one resting on floating ice, their victim is confirmed. The orcas will then use a strategy to bring the seal into the water. A group of orcas, usually 3 or 4, will line up and swim underneath the ice at full speed together, creating a powerful artificial wave that hits the seal and tosses it into the water. Once the seal's in the water, it will try escaping by swimming towards another ice block. The orcas will proceed to chase it and will intentionally let it escape, allowing the seal to climb onto another ice block. The orcas will use their wave again, knocking the seal back into water, repeating the same process over and over again until they've had enough practice. This time, when the seal falls back into the water, it's officially cooked. The orcas will now chase it with the intention to kill it, and they won't let it escape easily. When they catch the seal, they don't immediately eat it. They play volleyball with the poor seal, constantly tossing it out of the water, even as high as 40 meters. Once the seal is dead, they would proceed to eat it. A very brutal way to eat. And sharks aren't even safe from orcas. Orcas figured out that if you flip a shark upside down, it will enter a state called tonic immobility, where the shark is temporarily paralyzed. The orcas will bite the shark and only eat the liver because it contains a lot of minerals. And after they're done, they will just leave the shark carcass to sink. In 2023, a pair of orcas, port and starboard, killed 17 sharks in a single day and only ate their livers, leaving the rest of the bodies alone. And the most tragic thing orcas do is killing baby whales. They do this by constantly following the mother whale and her calf around, harassing her and her baby. The chase lasts for hours, and the mother whale will try to defend her baby by shielding it and also trying to chase away the orcas, not knowing she's being distracted. While she's doing that, another orca will seize the opportunity to take her baby away, and the mother, who's too exhausted to stop them, will watch as the orcas eat her baby right in front of her. Our next creature on the list is a cute-looking fuzzball. Meet the sea otter. This ocean-dwelling animal that floats around in the water looking relaxed is also a baby kidnapper. When times are tough and food is scarce, male sea otters sneak up on females with babies and snatch the baby away, holding them hostage. The mother, desperate to get her baby back, will dive underwater to collect clams and crabs to give to the male. If he thinks she brought too little, he becomes aggressive and takes his frustration out on the baby. He may shake it aggressively, bite it, or even hold it underwater, trying to drown it. If the baby is unlucky, it can die from drowning or from its injuries. When the mother arrives in time and brings enough food, the otter would let go of the pup, satisfied with the food she gave, until he looks at the mother and wants something else. He wants to mate with her. She refuses, so what does he do? He snatches the baby otter again. Yeah, that got weird really fast. Sometimes males kidnap babies and hold them hostage to gain access to mating privileges or food. The males can be so aggressive during mating that the female could drown or suffer injuries from the male biting her face or nose. And just like some celebrities, some otters also prey on minors. In some cases, male otters have kidnapped young seal pups and assaulted them. These attacks can last for long periods, and if the otter is very aggressive, it could end up with the seal pup getting unalived. Scientists documented 19 separate cases of this in Monterey Bay alone, so this wasn't a one-off. And it doesn't stop at seal pups either. These males have been documented going after seabirds, river otters, and even pet dogs. But if the victim doesn't make it, the male otter may continue using the body for days before eventually leaving it behind. So why does this even happen? This happens because there are too many males and not enough females. The dominant males claim all the mates, and the ones left behind have to find other options. Now, one of the most violent animals on the list, the chimpanzee. Our closest relative, sharing 98% of our DNA, this animal is capable of waging wars, systematic killing, and assassination. Early scientists thought chimpanzees were peaceful plant-eating apes, but boy, were they wrong. Jane Goodall and her research team went to Gombe Stream National Park in Tanzania to study chimpanzees, and what they witnessed left them deeply disturbed. The Gombe War. In 1974, at Gombe Stream National Park, A unified chimpanzee community that had lived together for years suddenly split up. The northern group, the Kasakela community, stayed in the original territory, while the southern group, which had 9 chimps, 6 males and 3 females, broke away and formed the Kahama community. At first, it seemed peaceful, just 2 communities living side by side. But then, the killings began. The Kasakela males began forming hunting parties. A group of 5 to 8 males would patrol their territory's border in complete, eerie silence. They were looking for Kahama males, and when they found one alone, isolated from his group, that's when the violence began. The first victim was a male called Godi. On the day of the attack, 6 males found him alone, eating fruit from a tree. They surrounded him, cutting off all escape paths. Godi was trapped, with nowhere to go. What happened next was pure torture. They held Godi down. Multiple chimps pinned his limbs so he couldn't fight back or escape. And they bit his face, pounded his chest, tore off his testicles, and broke his limbs, even trying to twist them off. Godi's screams echoed through the forest, but no help came. When they finally left, Godi lay there with broken limbs, bleeding from deep wounds. He later died from his injuries. The most chilling part was that the Kasakela males didn't leave quietly after killing Godi. They celebrated. They jumped up and down, tore branches, and started screaming. Not screams of anger or fear, but screams of joy. Over the next 4 years, the Kasakela males continued hunting down and killing every Kahama male. Each one tortured the same way Godi was. Some attacks even lasted up to 20 minutes. By 1978, the Kasakela males had killed every Kahama male they could find. One male, Willie Wally, crippled from polio, simply vanished and was never found. Whether he was killed somewhere deep in the forest or managed to escape, nobody knows to this day. The Kasakela also killed 1 female from the Kahama side, brutally beat the rest, and kidnapped 3 others. Jane Goodall, who witnessed this, was devastated. She described it like a civil war, chimps licking blood from wounds, twisting limbs trying to tear them off. When a new male rises to power and takes over a group, his first move is the most disturbing. He hunts down and kills the group's infants, even eating the baby's flesh and sharing it with his allies. Why, though? Well, it's because he wants to mate with the females, and the only way to bring them back into mating season is by eliminating all the babies. And their hunting tactics are just as brutal. Chimps don't just eat fruits and plants. They also hunt other animals too, especially the red colobus monkey. And here's what makes it terrifying. Each member of the group is assigned a specific role. The first is the driver. He chases the monkey from behind, panicking it into running. The second is the blocker. They cut off all escape routes through the trees, blocking the monkey from escaping and forcing the monkey to a specific direction. Where the third one is waiting, the ambusher. The most experienced hunter is the one who runs ahead of everyone when the chase begins and positions himself where he predicts the monkey will escape. When the monkey reaches him, he strikes, grabbing it, and it doesn't end quickly, tossing it around over and over. Within seconds, the whole group would join in, and together they would eat the monkey alive. And before you leave, remember, don't hate these animals because of this video. They don't think like humans or follow our morals. They live by instinct and the rules of nature. These same animals are also capable of incredible acts of care. Chimps comfort each other after loss. Dolphins protect injured pod members and have even helped lost swimmers. Orcas form lifelong family bonds, and sea otters hold hands while they sleep so they don't drift apart. And those are just a few examples. There are countless other amazing things these animals do for each other. There's one animal I didn't include, one that I think is the most evil of them all. What animal do you think it is? Leave your answer in the comments. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.